What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Today is Saturday, May 10th, which means it's WWE Backlash live from St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown of Randall Keith Orton. These are my Backlash predictions. Let's start off with the Fatal 4-Way. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest versus LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real. We already know Jacob retaining that U.S. title. Mouse, Jacob Fatu gonna retain his U.S. championship. But let's talk about the story going into this, right? So we had Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania. McIntyre won. We had LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. Obviously, Jacob Fatu won the U.S. title at Mania. Drew won by disqualification the number one contendership match. But LA Knight and Damian Priest got put in. It's supposed to be one-on-one, but it's not. It's going to be a fatal 4-way. This is just going to be big, meaty men slapping meat and LA Knight. Like, LA Knight is obviously the odd man out in this match, right? There's a story there with there's a story there with Damian and Drew. Jacob, his story is he just wrecks people. He just destroys people. But nah, man, you know where I'm going. Jacob Fatu for the win. If you have somebody different, let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you're on my TikTok, follow me on TikTok. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Let's get into this next match. Pat McAfee versus Gunther. This is because Pat McAfee yeeted with Jey Uso. And Michael Cole kind of told Gunther, hey, I ain't the one that tapped out, bro. Which he ain't. Michael Cole didn't tap out. But this is about Pat standing up for his boy Cole. And Gunther wants to get his hands on Pat. Now, Gunther said he was going to maul Pat McAfee. I'm not a big fan of squash matches. I'm not. But I want this to be a squash match. I want Pat McAfee to get absolutely obliterated. Because there's really no, other than he choked out Pat, there's nothing here for Gunther. There's nothing here. We go from this man being the world heavyweight champion. He tapped out at Mania, and his next feud, his next story is, yo, I'm gonna fight Pat McAfee at Backlash. Pat, I love you, but dude, you take the L, dog. Take the L. Pat's taking the L. Gunther is winning this easily. Now, let's get into this match. This match is interesting, and it's interesting because, honestly, I'm surprised at how quickly they've got I love Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. I do. But we are not even 3 weeks away from Mania. Removed from Mania, I mean. I'll be real, man. I'm excited for this match. Becky's obviously great in the ring. So is Lyra. But the story here of Becky being the victim, even though she attacked Bayley to get her spot again with Lyra at Mania, to then the next night they lose the tag titles, which makes me question why we even took them off Liv and Raquel to begin with, but whatever. This match is going to be awesome. Now, I do think Lyra wins. I absolutely think Lyra wins. Because I think at SummerSlam we get the payoff. And I think Becky beats Lyra at SummerSlam. I think it's too soon in this feud, in this rivalry, to have Becky just come in and win the championship. Similar to what they did with Tiffany and Charlotte. Charlotte came back. She won the Rumble. She went on to Mania. She fought Tiffany, but she lost. I think eventually Tiffany takes the L to Charlotte and loses the title. But I think they're waiting till SummerSlam because I think it's too soon on that one. I think it's too soon on this one. I think this will be a SummerSlam match and we'll have the finish at SummerSlam. Plus, SummerSlam's going to be 2 nights. So there better be a bunch of the women on the card. Okay, Triple H? Because this is the only women's match on the card as of now. Now, it might change on the pre-show later, but I doubt it. Right now, there's only one women's match and it's very disrespectful. You could have had the Women's United States Championship defended. You could have had the Women's World Championship defended. You could have had the Women's Championship defended. But instead, you do one women's match, and it's absolutely absurd and disrespectful. We need to see more respect for the women, and I think this match should be match of the night, because I think both of these women are absolutely incredible. But my pick is Lyra Valkyria to win. Now, this is my match, man. This match is gonna be fire. God. Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. Oh, serio, Mario. I do not think that Penta is winning. Dominic's retaining. But here's my question. We've seen the tension building for months, right? Of Finn and Dom having problems. And remember, Dom pinned Finn at Mania to win the Intercontinental Championship. Do we see the turn tonight? Do we see Finn Balor turn on Dominic Mysterio tonight? Because I think Finn turned on Dom. I don't think Dom's turning on Finn. Personally, I wouldn't want to see it yet because Liv isn't around. She's filming a movie in Japan. Shout out my queen, Liv Morgan. But I do think we see something with Finn and Dom. I think Finn doesn't cost Dom the match because I don't think Dom's losing the title this soon after Mania. But I do think that we see something with Finn and Dom. Maybe Finn comes out to help Dom and they get into an argument. I don't know. Either way, I think Dom wins, but I think we see something with Finn inserting himself in this match some way, somehow. Now, this is a sad moment. I want everybody to bow your heads. Bow our heads. And let's thank God that we're getting this match in 2025. Now, it's being billed as one last time. I don't know if it's going to be the last time, but it's being billed that way. John Cena versus Randy Orton. Now, do I think John Cena is winning? Yes. Do I think something's going to cost Randy? Yes. I think Cody Rhodes is going to cost Randy. I think it's going to eat at Cody that he lost at WrestleMania and he won't be able to stand seeing his friend win the title off of Cena because he'll be the one that wants to do it. I think Cody turns heel tonight and attacks Randy Orton, and that's how I think it's a DQ. I don't think at this point in his career they're going to have Randy lose clean in his hometown of St. Louis. So I do think Cena retains, but I think it's by disqualification because I think Cody Rhodes returns and turns heel on Randy Orton. Speaking of returns, I didn't mention it when I was talking about the match, but Gunther, da-ding-a-da-dow. He is supposedly going to be facing Goldberg at SummerSlam in Goldberg's final match. Oh, we hope. God, please be his final match. And I do think that we're going to see Goldberg tonight. I think Goldberg is going to attack Gunther after the match. And we start setting up that for Goldberg versus Gunther at SummerSlam in August. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.